But now, on what you might call a lighter note, people have claimed that they can tap into the universal life force in order to fly. Since the beginning of recorded time, humans have looked to the skies and dreamt of flight. In many religions, flight or levitation has been a sign of particular piety. Catholic Saint Teresa of Avila could supposedly lift off the ground for nearly 30 minutes. Indian sages were said to levitate as an act of homage to God. But perhaps the most talented flyer of all time was a Tibetan monk named Milarepa, who could walk and sleep as he levitated. Apparently, the ability to fly has largely been lost in the modern age. But at the U.S. headquarters of the Transcendental Meditation Movement, enterprising students are trying to change all that. They're here to learn to levitate using a 3-stage process known as Yogic Flying, a set of Hindu meditation techniques introduced to the Western world by Maharishi Mahesh Yogi. They do this by tapping into the Hindu version of Chi, the life energy suffusing the universe, called prana.
Yogic flying is an advanced meditation practice. What happens due to a mental technique, the brainwave becomes powerfully coherent. A lot of bliss and energy starts to flow through the physiology, and spontaneously the body springs. The first stage of yogic flying, the body can't hold still, and it starts to spring and hop and tries to fly. The second stage is when the body actually hovers in the air for a short while. And the third stage is mastery of the sky, when the body can fly.
The first thing you notice when watching people practicing the first stage of yogic flying is that it looks less like flying and more like hopping in the lotus position. The second is that these people are really happy.
Flying feels absolutely fantastic. Just before a person takes off, just before they levitate, they experience a great expansion of happiness. Even getting off the ground 1 inch is pure fulfillment. Second stage will be even better, and third stage, I can hardly wait to see 10,000 people flying in the air together.
Stage 3 sure looks a long way off. However, TM University researcher Dr. Fred Travis claims there are actual metabolic effects in the human body, even in stage 1 flying.
We look in that 1 second period, just before they actually lift up. There's broadband, which means it's across many frequencies, global coherence. And so the person is in a very different state of mind, different state of brain. We call it pure consciousness. And it's from there that the impulse to fly comes.
The claims escalate from there. They reject Newton's laws of gravity, saying they are hundreds of years out of date.
Newton's laws simply say that the human body will be held down to the Earth by the force of gravity, just as the moon is held to orbiting the Earth through the force of gravity. So if the body lifts up, it would be in defiance of these classical gravitational laws. We understand how you can overcome classical gravity and how the body can float and fly.
Perhaps not surprisingly, no one has gotten beyond stage 1 of the process, and the university won't predict when or if yogic flyers will ever truly fly. But they say it doesn't really matter, because they've found that even first-stage yogic flying produces an interesting byproduct, what they call the Maharishi effect.
The real purpose of yogic flying, especially in groups, is to create world peace, to put an end to this tragic legacy of violence and crime and terrorism and war.
That's right. They say if we can get a critical mass of people to practice flying, about 1% of the population, generations of Miss America contestants will get their wish: world peace. For now, TMers remain grounded for all but split seconds.